Last week I showed the only single story new construction floor plan in this Corona master plan. 2,683 square feet, 865,198 was the list price. Today I'm walking a floor plan that's almost the exact same square footage and it's over $77,000 less. I'm going to show you why, and it's not a catch. It comes down to one specific trade-off you need to understand before you pick a floor plan. And if you're commuting in from Orange County, there's still time for the incentive deadline I mentioned last week. I'll cover that again for anyone just joining. All right guys, we made it to the plan one here at Horizon. So let me give you a quick breakdown of this home. So this one can be anywhere from 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. It has a loft, 2-car garage, an optional California room. It's 2-story and it's approximately 2,679 square feet. Price ranges just below $800,000. And there's one that's just a little bit above the $800,000 mark. I'll break down the pricing later in this video. So let's go ahead and check this one out. All right, they're still working on these homes on the landscaping. So here you're gonna have your porch area. Full porch area. And if you guys saw the videos from last week, I was letting you guys know that this builder, the way they make their layouts are a lot different than any other builders. And even with this one, these were gonna be smaller homes. I put this in quote, smaller homes, because they're still over like 3,000 square feet. But the layouts are still nice. So here you come into your first powder room. Powder room, you got your sink. We're gonna back out. You have a closet. So this one goes deep. Let's go in there really deep. All the way back here. All right, let's get out of this. Make sure I don't bang my head. So good entry area. You have your stairs that takes you upstairs, your garage, and the great room. So big great room. So you have which would be called the living room area, your sliding doors, dining area, and then you have your kitchen. So large kitchen again. A lot of counter space, huge islands. I mean, you're seeing the same stuff with this builder. Big pantry here, so you can actually walk in there. Walk-in pantry. And again, look at all this counter space, including the island here. And the way they fix up these models, I mean, these are going to be, special upgrades like the backsplash that they're using here. The ones that they're using here go all the way up to the ceiling, which is a good feature. And again, this is your great room. This is going to take you out to the optional California room, which is going to be this section here with the fan and everything. And again, the lot sizes here, as I mentioned on the previous video, are an average 7,500 square feet. Okay, let me give you guys a different angle of this room. All right guys, so I wanted to give you guys a different perspective of how big this room is. Okay, so we're sitting right here in the great room. I'm gonna walk over here to the dining room area. Sorry, the reason I'm walking like this is because it has facial recognition. If I turn around and if I'm too far, it'll not see me anymore. So you have the dining room area here, and look how far back it is already, okay? You have the kitchen area, so if you're entertaining people, you're standing over here, entertaining the people here in your great room, your dining room. You got your pantry right here, right next door. And then I'm not sure if this camera's following me anymore, but kitchen sink and all this counter space over here. Okay, so hopefully from that angle, if it's still filming right here, you can kind of get a feel of how big this area is. High ceilings, a lot of natural lighting over here too. So beautifully built, lower part of this home. Waiting to see the upstairs as well. All right, let's do this different than we did last week. Since we're down here, let's go check out the backyard since we're down here already, and then we'll do the upstairs lastly. So again, this is a optional California room. You wanted to add that in. You got the ceiling fan, and this lot size here is probably about 7,000 square feet. You got the 15 freeway behind. It's not directly behind here, so it goes below. So you have a drop here. You have a main street, and then you have the freeway next to it. You can definitely hear the background here of the freeway, but it's not bad at all. Okay, so this is the back of the house, and this is probably what you're going to be able to get from homes as far as the size goes. Let me get you a different angle so you get some turf here. All right, so let's go and check out the upstairs. I think I saw some people coming through, so I'm trying to rush a little. All right, let's walk upstairs. And just a reminder that this is 2675 square feet, so it's a big home. All right, so as we get here to the landing, we're gonna be seeing the loft area. So another good sized loft area, loving all the windows, all in this area too. So really large. Let me get a different angle here so you guys can see. That's your whole loft area. And up here you're gonna have, well, straight ahead is gonna be the primary room, but we're gonna go this way first. So here you have some good linen spots. You have your laundry room on this side. So you got your upper and lower cabinets. You have your bathroom up here. This one has a single sink, a large counter, walks all the way down here. It's about 9 feet in, and you have your full bath. So shower and tub. As we get out of this room, we're gonna have 2 rooms back to back. You're gonna have this room here first. You can fit a nice full-size bed here and still have ample room. So you have a desk area here, closet. As we come out, we have another bedroom. Probably the smaller of the two, or maybe it's just because the way the furniture is set up. So you have some dressers on here, you got a small crib, you got a little love seat there, and a dresser here. Definitely a smaller room. And by smaller, I believe it's like your typical standard 10 by 10 or 12 by 12 room. All right, so let's walk over to the primary room. Okay, so you got this hallway that leads to the room. You can either go left or right, so I'm gonna go right first because this is gonna be your closet. Check out this closet. I think every single home I've shown that they have here have big closets. They're never disappointing. Even the primary baths. Look at this room. You have double sinks, a vanity, you have your toilet room over here, a bathtub here, you got your shower. Look how long this is. A shower, and place to put all your towels. But look how long this thing is. You have a sink here, a vanity section here, another sink, very long space. I think it's pretty cool because typically on a lot of these homes, you know, it's sitting right next to the primary bath. You know, the primary room. The primary room is here. It's got its own space, nice and big. High ceilings on this one too. Look how big this is too. A lot of windows throughout, so for that natural lighting. So a very, very large room. So not a bad way to start the plan 1. Can't wait to see the plan 2 and the plan 3. They only get bigger and bigger as we go. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about this one. All right guys, quick thing before we keep going. If this community or any other new construction you're looking at has you interested, here's something worth knowing before you walk in. The sales agent sitting in the office works for the builder, so they're negotiating for the builder's best interest. I actually used to work for a new home builder myself, so I know exactly how they operate, what's actually negotiable, how these incentive programs are structured, where they've got room to move on, things like upgrades or closing costs, and where they don't. That's the kind of thing you want someone on your side for, and it costs you nothing. The builder pays my commission either way. The only thing is, I need to register you before your first visit, or the builder won't recognize me as your agent. Scan the QR code on screen right now and book a free 15-minute call, and we'll get that handled for you before we tour anywhere. All right, let's keep touring. All right, guys, so here is the plan 2. So this one can be anywhere from 4 to 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths to 4.5 baths, a loft, 2-car garage, an optional California room. Of course, it's 2-story, and this one is 3,027 square feet. Okay, so it's almost 400 square feet bigger than the plan one that we just walked through. This one has the optional loft that can be an optional 5th bedroom. Okay, so let's go ahead and check this out. I just walked it through, and again, these homes are not disappointing at all. Now the style of the bathrooms here, the cabinets, the sinks, it's different too. I'm not sure what they call it. I haven't seen a different name to it, but they just look different than your standard sinks and cabs. Okay, so now looking at the paneling here, this of course this is all upgrades, but I love this kind of style of stuff. I love this color that they're using. It's a little bit darker than what you're used to in other homes, but everything kind of matches. This is your first bathroom. Even the wallpaper here matches really nicely with the cabinets. So this is what I'm saying. These sinks are a lot different, right? These sit a little higher than what you would regularly see. Nice porcelain. You have the counter there. These cabinets are nice. You have a closet over here. And as you turn, this is going to be a bedroom with its own bathroom. Okay, so here you would have a door, and in here is your bathroom number 2. Okay, same style of sink, this counter. This one's large. Great room here again for a guest or elderly parents staying with you. It has its own private bathroom, and they have the room downstairs. Okay, not a multi-gen room, but still a very nice room for a guest or a parent staying here, or a teenager. Okay, this is gonna lead over to the stairs that will take you upstairs. And then walking down the hallway, you're gonna get here to your kitchen. Look at the setup here, it's real nice. Loving the colors here. The great room in this side, and if I turn around this way, it's gonna be the dining room area. Everything is nice and open. Okay, let's go further back here, and I can place my paperwork over here, and you can get a different angle of what this room looks like. So you got your sliding doors to the back, and you have an extra ones by the dining area, but look at the view from here. Look at all the cabinet space, the colors that they're using here. Everything matches really well. The floors, the furniture, even this. I'm pretty sure that's quartz, but it's real nice. Here is the dining room area again. It has sliding doors here, so if you're having a party, you can have both sliding doors open, people walking in and out. Go around this section here. Let's explore the kitchen. So you have all these lower cabinets, all this room up here above as well. Got your microwave. If I haven't mentioned it on this video, it's gonna be like the other one. The appliances here on the homes that they're featuring that are for sale for August, September move-ins, they're all included. Washer, dryer, refrigerator, solar panels. Okay, and we'll talk about the incentives after. Here is the garage, and this is what they're calling the drop zone. So you go from the garage, bring your groceries, just drop them here in the zone, and then you have your pantry. So every single pantry that they had here has been real nice. Everything is really nice, nicely done. It's, everything makes sense. You have your garage, your drop zone. You can place items here that are gonna go for the pantry. You can place stuff here that are gonna go to the refrigerator. Everything nice and open. Very cool. Let me show you guys a different angle. All right, so right now you're sitting kind of close to the angle next to the fireplace where the TV's at. But this is the great room area. This is the, of course, the kitchen area, the dining room area. So look how far back this goes. It's a very large room, guys. So you got this whole space here for the dining. You got this whole space here to prep your food, entertain people. You can have 4 more people here on the island. A deep sink. It's not the farmer sink, but it's nice, big, and deep. And you have all this cabinet space, a bunch of space and counter space. Okay, so a very large area, guys. They're not disappointing. Trumark makes great homes. It's a great product. I didn't even focus on the fireplace, but the fireplace, look at that. They're all the same. When we visited Radiant last week, and then these homes, they all have the same type of fireplace. It's the same for them, but it's different when you have it with other builders. Okay, so I really like this builder. So let's check out the outside. Again, average lot size is about 7,500 square feet. Let's take a look at this one. All these models, include the Radiant ones that we featured last week. These are all the ones that are lined up behind, like where the freeway's at. But there's other ones that are on the opposite side, so you don't have the, if you don't like the freeway noise, you still have an option of getting the lot that's somewhere else. So let's circle around here. And what I mentioned on the last video too is, even though these homes are 7,500 square feet and some of them have good side yards, the HOA here doesn't allow you to have to park in the RVs or boats. So that kind of sucks, especially for those that wanted to save, maybe time on or money on storing your RVs. That's why I always say, before you go into any community, make sure you read through all the rules, because they're all different. They're not all the same. Some of them allow it, but this one, for whatever reason, doesn't. All right, let's check out the upstairs. What did you guys think of the kitchen, the great room area on this one compared to the first one we just saw? Did you like the plan 1, or did you like the plan 2 better? Let me know in the comments below. Here we come up to the loft area. Now this could be an optional 5th bedroom. And look at the size of this too. If you were to add it as a bedroom, it'd be a big room. I think they're building them only right now with the lofts. And if you catch them before, sticks go up, then you can change those into a 5th bedroom. Right here you have your laundry room. Some big units. Then here you're gonna have 2 back-to-back rooms. So let's look at this one first. This one they're featuring as a office room. Nice paneling here again. You have your closet space there. So a good sized room. None of these bedrooms have been disappointing in size. Here is your bathroom. So again, you got these different style sinks. That's something you see in every builder. And then you have your bathroom. So it's a full bath. And you get out of here and you have your other bedroom. So before you go in, you have a closet here, just sliding doors. And look, it opens up to a big bedroom too. These are a good size. The paneling on the back. Got your natural light coming through here. But the rooms here have been really great. I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite builders. I think they do a very, very good job. These layouts are amazing. Now we're gonna walk into the primary room. And so far, all these primary rooms have been really nice with the primary bath and everything. So as you back up here to this corner, look at the size of this room. It's big too. Large windows, high ceilings, just a large room. You can circle around this way. One thing before we enter the primary bath, this is the 15 freeway. Right now it's 12:44 in the afternoon. It typically isn't this packed going to, this is going north on the 15 freeway. There must be an accident. But in the mornings, or in the afternoons about 3 or 4 o'clock, this is kind of how it gets. Okay, so when there's no traffic, you can get to places a lot quicker, obviously. But when there's traffic like this, it can take you a longer time. So what could be 40 minutes can turn into an hour and 15 minutes. Okay, so as I mentioned in the video too, is, you know, check on Google Maps and see how long it would take you to get to work or any other destinations. All right, now back to the primary bath. So this is the entrance here to the primary bath. So here to your left is going to be your toilet, and look at the way this opens up too. So you got your nice sinks that are separate. You have a walk-in closet here. And if you don't have enough space there, you have your second walk-in closet. Nice bath here, sitting by the windows. Again, you have your sink here and your shower. So once again, high ceilings. What do you guys think? I mean, are you guys impressed with this builder? If we're just talking about the way the layout is, we're not talking about price, because a lot of you guys are gonna complain about price. But that's just the way it is in California. California is expensive. It's expensive to live in. You know, as I mentioned in my previous video, heck, a condo here is in the 600,000 for like a 3-bedroom condo. Where you're gonna get your best value is if you go further east, or in places like this. This is Corona. Corona's a nice area. You got Norco kind of close by too. Eastvale. So these are great areas. You're close to highways. So you get a lot of things. And as I mentioned in my previous tour for Radiant, if you guys buy today at these prices, these homes in the next few years are easily going to be over $1 million. So it's always good to lock these in at today's price, even if the interest rate, you know, are a little bit higher, but just think about it, you can always refinance. All right, guys, so that's it for this tour. We'll see you guys on the Plan 3. Plan 2 gets you over 3,000 square feet, starting in the 820,000s. Plan 3 gets you 3,360 square feet, starting in the 830,000s. Compare that to Radiant's Plan 3 from last week, 3,649 square feet at 442,000. Horizon is still running a bit more efficient, dollar per square foot, even at these bigger sizes. But that gap closes up when you're comparing 2-story to 2-story. The big gap was really about the single-story premium on the Radiant's Plan 1. All right, quick pause, guys. If you're in the market right now, or even just thinking about it, which matters more to you right now? More space or a lower payment? Answer below. All right, guys, we finally made it here to the Plan 3. So let me give you the features on this one, okay? So this one could be anywhere from 4 to 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, a loft, 2-car garage, plus a tandem, so 3 cars in there, optional California room, 2-story, and this one's 3,360 square feet. The prices here are in the lower mid 800,000s to higher 800,000s. So that's all going to depend on the lot, because you're going to have a lot premium. So I'll make sure to share those prices with you here towards the end of the video. So they have 3 of these right now for August move-ins, but let's go ahead and check this one out. So as I've seen here, these homes are just getting bigger and nicer as we come in. So let's walk in here to this entrance, and it's a hot day, guys. It's been hotter, I think, the last couple of weeks, but I still feel the heat. All right, so as we walk in, we have the powder room over here on this side. Okay, not sure, I mean, I've been excited about some of this wallpaper and the colors, but this one doesn't excite me as much. I'm not a fan of that green. You have a coat closet here, a bathroom over here already. So look at that, almost a full bathroom. You got a shower, toilet, your sink area here, and then you got your bedroom. So same call for all the other things. If you're looking to have a mother-in-law quarters or have them stay with you, this is a good home for that. I think there's some people are gonna be walking through right now, so I'll have to talk a little bit lower as they walk in. So here You have your stairs, you have your great room, dining area, your great room. And then finally you have your kitchen area over here. Again, large island. How you doing? And check out the pantry over in that section. So look at all this, how it corners up here too with the counter space. It's a big area. Let me set my paperwork over here. And just give you guys a different angle. You're good, just ignore me, man. So large rooms, we're gonna walk over to the pantry. You even have space over here, so you have counter space here, uppers and lowers over here as well. So see, everything here has been done a little bit different. None of these are actually looking the same. So again, you have all this counter space here, and then that large room. High ceilings on this one too. So really nice decorated. All right, so here's a different angle of this great room. You have the living room area, or the great room. You got the dining here on this side. You got the kitchen with this large island, the pantry right behind me. I kind of like this corner thing here with the counter space. So it kind of wraps around the back. So great if you're having family get-togethers, buffet style, you can line up a lot of food over here. Look how large this island is. You have all the cabinet space below, everything up above. Again, guys, appliances are included with the price of the home. Here you have your dining room area, and this whole spot here is just for entertainment. Walk over here to the great room area. You can see more people here. I'm loving all the windows all around this whole room, even behind the camera. There's 1, 2, 3, large 3 over there, and all these right behind me. So hopefully this gives you a better perspective of how large this room is. All right, let's continue. Let's go check out the backyard. So this here is the optional California room. It's optional for all the plans that they have here for Horizon and Radiant. So this one they have, I like the feature here with the golf turf. You can set up your barbecue stuff over here in the back. Got your huge condenser there, and you can kind of get a view here at the back of the home. And let's check out the other side. One thing I did notice as I was doing a drone shot of the land over here, of a lot of these lots, a lot of them are going to have these slopes. So most of them to me look minimal. Okay, this one's more on the side. I see some other ones that had them in the backyards. I'll feature them here on the B-roll. If you look up here on the screen, you can get an idea of what those other lots look like. But they're not huge slopes. There's some slopes that are just too much. You know, it takes up all of your backyard. Even pushing it back, putting the retaining wall, it still makes your backyard not as big. But the ones over here didn't seem as bad as far as from what I can see from the drone. All right, let's go check out the inside of this property. We're gonna let these people walk through. We're gonna head upstairs. All right, let's check out the upstairs. Again, nice rails here. The balusters. Those are gonna be upgraded features. This one's gonna bring you over to the loft area. And again, just like another big room. I think they really like the green in this home. There's a lot of green here. Chairs are green. Some of the paintings are green here. But a very large area too. All right, and let's go over here to the secondary rooms. You have your upstairs bathroom, so double sinks, more green in here, so it's a full bath. Here you're gonna have check out the size of this room. This is like the size of a primary room in some other homes that I've shown. This is a large room. Nice paneling on the walls. Very large room. Then you got your walk-in closet here, but here's a different angle. The big room. You walk across, you're gonna get to the other secondary room. But before we go there, you have the laundry room here. And this is your other secondary room with its own private bath too. So you got a shower, sink, good sized bedroom. Again, more green. What's up with the green? Do you guys like this? I'm not a fan of the green. And a good walk-in closet here too. And then the last room is going to be the primary room. Just make sure I'm not disturbing you guys. All right, so we're going to walk in here to the primary room. And again, all these have been really nice. So you go to the right, you have your tub, you got your shower, double sinks here, and a vanity section again. So no space here is wasted. They do a really great job here. And then you have your toilet room area here on this side. But look at the way, look how large this room is. This primary bath. Across from here you have a walk-in closet. More green, however this is more like an olive. Not too bad. But good use of space. And then finally you're gonna have the actual primary room. And again, just another large space over here. This is, I gotta say, none of these homes, Horizon, Radiant, here at Solara by Trumark, none of these have disappointed. All of them have been really great. They look amazing to me. So let me know what you guys thought. If you guys watched my previous video with Radiant compared to these, what do you guys think? I know the prices are gonna be a lot different. So that could be something that kind of changes your mind on something. But how about here at Horizon? Which plan did you enjoy the most? The plan number 1, the 2, or the 3? Let me know in the comments below. All right, let's go talk about prices. All right, guys, so let's talk about where you actually be living. Solara sits at the edge of Corona in Temescal Valley, right off the 15 freeway, close to the 91 and the 71 interchange. That's the actual crossing point onto Orange County. Highway 74 out of this area drops you straight into the OC beach areas. Airports, the nearest airport here would be Ontario International Airport. Depending on the day, it can be 40 minutes, it can be up to an hour. It just really depends. I will say that the 15 freeway here in those rush hours, early in the morning and in the afternoons, about 3 to 4 o'clock, it's a busy area, guys. So always plan ahead, check your Google Maps, and so you can get an idea on how long it would take you to get to work or anywhere else around that time, okay? You even have John Wayne Airport. It's a little further out too, but again, always type it in the Google Maps and get an idea. That probably would be, I don't know, around this time, maybe an hour. But on the weekend, on the early morning, on the weekend, it can take you maybe 45 to 50 minutes. Now for everyday life, you got the shops at Dos Lagos, and it's just minutes away. You got Target, Chick-fil-A, a movie theater, golf courses, and Glen Ivy. It's literally around the corner. For schools, this falls under the Lake Elsinore Unified School District, not Corona Norcal, specifically Luiseño K8 and Temescal Canyon High School. Always verify the boundaries directly with the district, since they seem to shift. Now, if you're coming from Orange County, the median existing home price over there is pushing $960,000. I think it's even higher than that, and they're continuing to climb. Out here, you're getting brand new construction, never lived in, under warranty, starting in the mid 800,000s, and you're still connected to the OC through the 91 and the 71 and Highway 74. So you're not really leaving Orange County behind, you're just not paying the Orange County tax on your mortgage. All right, guys, so we made it to the pricing section of this video. So let's quickly go through the prices of plan 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's start with plan 1. Plan 1, That one, it can be anywhere from 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, it has a loft, 2-car garage, the optional California room. It's a 2-story and it's approximately 2,679 square feet. They have 3 of these available right now for August move-ins. And I'm going to share with you after I go through all these prices what the incentives for these are, okay? So they have one as low as $787,426 ready for August move-in. You have another one for $794,760, and then you have the last one at $801,281. Probably a little higher in price because it's either better upgrades or it has a bigger lot. That's typically why they go a little bit higher. Okay, so that's your plan 1. Plan 2, this one had 4 to 5 bedrooms, 3.5 to 4.5 baths, a loft, 2-car garage, the optional California room, 2-story. And that one was 3,027 square feet. And they also have 3 available of those, okay? So you have one as low as $827,172, great price. They have another one at $837,916,000, excuse me. And they have one more at $841,624, okay? These are all August move-ins. And finally, the plan 3, which is where I'm sitting right now, the kitchen area. Plan 3. And before we continue, which plan did you like the most? The 1, the 2, or the 3? Or maybe at the end of the prices, you can tell me which price you like better. All right, so the plan 3, it has 4 to 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, a loft, 2-car garage, tandem, optional California room, 2-story, 3,360 square feet. They also have 3 of these available. And all this pricing that I'm giving you is as of July 31st, okay? So some of these can be gone by the time this video is up. And sometimes these incentives change too, so make sure you contact me and ask me about the incentives. I'll find out for you. So they have 3 of these available right now. Lowest at $839,188, second at $877,809, and then finally you have one at $885,841. Again, all August move-ins. If you haven't watched my previous video at Radiant, the HOAs, the tax assessments are all the same. Let's talk about HOAs, your guys' favorite topic here. So the HOAs are not bad. It's $203 at build out. That's great. So what does it include? Let's see. So the HOAs include landscape maintenance, maintenance on all common areas, including the park, and management expenses. That's it. All right, guys. So sorry, my gimbal died on me. But we were talking about the Melrose. So the Melrose and the special tax, I'm sorry. So you have 1.06%, that's your tax rate, and you got to tag on the special assessment, okay? The special assessment is going to be depending on the square footage of your home. So it's going to be anywhere from $7,600 to $10,000 that you got to tag on top of your regular tax rate, okay? Now let's talk about the incentives. If you watched my Radiant video, I'll link it up here somewhere at the top. It's the same incentives, but they're great. So for these, they're giving up to 6% lender incentive. Okay, so that's going to be from $47,000 to $53,000. Again, that all depends on the price that you're getting, right? Which home you're getting. And these incentives, you can use them for closing costs, or better yet, a rate buy down. I mean, if interest rates right now are hovering about 6.5, you can use a lot of the money, probably like $30,000, and get it closer to the 4.99%. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, you would have to use their lending. Okay, they're also offering on top of that the washer, the dryer, the refrigerator, free solar panels. So they're paying off the solar panel for you guys. That's another $15,000 in incentives. Okay, and all these homes right now that are ready for August, they all have upgraded flooring. The catch here is that you're to close on this before August 31st to get all these incentives, okay, or at least be in contract. The deposit here would be 3% of the purchase price. That would be your initial deposit to hold the property. Right now too, what builders are doing, because the market's a little interesting right now, it's a lot different, is that before they never used to take contingencies. But now if you do have a home that you have to sell, you can actually place a hold on one of the homes here and wait for yours to sell, use that equity for your new home, and they can hold it for you. They weren't doing that the last couple of years. I mean, this is the first time I've actually heard of them doing the contingency, but that's great. So if you're coming from Orange County, if you're coming from LA, you want to move out this direction, you have a home to sell, you can actually hold a home that you want right now, place it on hold, you place your deposit, wait for yours to sell, and it's like a domino effect. You close on that one, you purchase this one. Now, of course, when you do price your other home, they're gonna check to see if your price is realistic, right? So if you're trying to sell something for $1 million in an area that sells for 800,000, they'll probably not accept it. So they're gonna run their comparables and make sure that's being realistic. And that's where a person like me comes in, right? If you want me to list your home, I'll do the comparables. I'll let you know how to be strategic in listing your home to get it sold at a great price, get you the most we can, and do it fast, okay? So that way we can do the transition, sell yours and come to your new place. All right, guys, I think I got everything here. That's gonna be it for as far as tours and pricing. So again, if you guys want to visit these properties, it can be Trumark, it can be any builder. I don't work for any of them. I'm just a realtor that can show any of these homes here in the Inland Empire, whether it's resale or brand new. My information is down below. Scan the QR code here for a 15-minute call and see how I can help you. All right, guys, that's Radiance and Horizon at Solara back to back the last 2 weeks. Now you've seen all 7 floor plans and you know exactly what that single story premium cost. If you missed last week's Radiance video, I'll link it right here. Subscribe if you want more of these head-to-head comparisons, and let me know in the comments which floor plan would you actually buy. Thanks for watching.